What is going on, guys? My name is AK, back again with another YouTube video. Now in today's video I'm showing you how to better utilize your stuns, your nades, your trophy systems, all of those utility bits in your class that I see a lot of people not actually making the full potential of. Now hopefully these tricks are going to be helpful. If they are, be sure to drop a like and let's get straight into it. So my first tip is going to be about placements of trophy systems and where best to put them so that they can do the most damage in terms of stopping incoming enemy stuns and nades, but also that they're very hard to see and hard to destroy. So I've come down to the basketball hill P4 here on raid because there's actually a very good spot on here that I can show you, and that's actually, you want to throw your trophy system on top of the building there because that will stop any nades or stuns that come sort of through the front of this door here, as well as if anything gets thrown towards the back, but also the enemies are not going to know it's up there, so they're not going to be able to destroy it very easily. Now being able to hide your trophy systems like this just makes it a lot easier because say you had your trophy system right down in the middle here, and the main spawn for this this hardpoint is under here, sort of in the bottom bedroom. If they come here, they destroy your trophy system, they can then start throwing their nades and their stuns in, and very easily you can get broken. You can get very quickly blinded. You can get fully naded out and die from that. So being able to hide your trophy systems up the top will actually help you stop a lot of breaks to your hardpoints. Now throwing your trophies up into a high place as well also reduces the annoying thing of your trophies killing you when they destroy projectiles outside of the air, because it will sort of trace a line between the projectile and the trophy, and if you're standing between that you will take damage. But if the trophy's all the way up there, there's no way that you're going to be standing in the way of that, so also you're not going to be getting killed out of the hardpoint because of it. Now there's a lot of good places for trophy systems, even just on raid for example. You can have them on top of the bus here, which also, if you didn't know, now in the newest update you can actually mantle on top of the bus, and that gives you a nice watch sort of towards the gym side push. But yeah, you can also throw your trophy systems up here, that's very helpful. In the kitchen as well, you can sort of throw it on this this worktop area here. Basically anywhere that isn't in the middle of the hardpoint on the floor where they're very easy to kill is going to be a beneficial place to put your trophy system. So if you're not doing that already, start doing that. Now my next point is actually throwing multiple trophy systems on one hill. Now this might seem sort of counter-logical when you think, why would you need more than one trophy system on a hill? But say you're an enemy that's come to break the hill, you've managed to break it, you destroy one trophy system, and then your sort of immediate reaction is to go and throw the trophy system for your team. But if there's another one, that will then destroy that trophy system. If you don't know, trophies can destroy throwing trophies, so that's actually a very good way to stop the enemy being able to get the trophy system set up on the hill, and so then you can have an easier break because you can still use your nades, you can still use your stuns to break that because their trophy systems have been destroyed. So if you're not already, you can throw 2 trophies on a hill. They regenerate fairly quickly, especially sort of in game when you're getting XP and all that, so yeah, you don't have to worry about wasting them on using 2 on one hill. Now my last point about trophies is that it actually takes a while to get them in to start off with. On hardpoint, normally the trophies don't come through until at least sort of halfway into the second hardpoint, maybe towards the end. It depends on the player really, but essentially what this means is on the early rounds of S&D and the first few hardpoints, throw your nades, throw your stuns, use that utility while there's actually no chance of them being able to defend against it. So make the most of your nades and stuns early on. So my next point, I did actually mention this in a video not too long ago. I made a top 10 tips video, but this is a sort of a reuse from that, so I'll only mention it briefly, but it is still a very important one for utility, and that is using your stuns and nades for information. So being able to scout out rooms by throwing stuns and seeing if anything gets hit marked and then deciding to challenge it, that's actually a very good way of sort of determining whether something should be pushed, because you can also tell whether someone is full stunned or whether they're only stunned a little bit because of the attack mask, and so yeah, using stuns and nades for information, even if you just call it out, maybe don't challenge it but call it out, using them, getting that information is very important. So my next point is stuns can be bounced off walls, so why not utilize it when testing around corners? So say there's someone standing here. Now this is not an easy place to stun. You don't want to have to sort of peek that and stun that. But as I did there, you can actually bounce stuns off the walls and then use that to catch people around corners. For nades, that obviously doesn't work because it's Semtexes, so they stick. But stuns, definitely you can do that. So if you're not doing it, do it. Now with nades, another thing that I brought up in my tips video not too long ago, so again, I'll only mention it briefly, but that's actually learning the timings of nades and how long it actually takes to throw them. So from pressing the sort of the bumper to actually throwing the grenade, there's a good little bit of time in between that. But if you learn that timing perfectly, you can stand sort of to the side of a wall, throw the nade, and peek back behind in a very small amount of time, sort of just shoulder peeking the wall ever so slightly, that will essentially stop you from dying, because if you stand in the middle and then throw your nade out, you're very easy to kill. But if you stand behind a wall, quickly peek it and dip back, then you're a lot harder to kill. So learning to not over-peek things and actually sort of learning the timings of the nade, so you only have to peek for the smallest amount of time, is something that actually all of the pros have mastered, so it's definitely something that you should be trying to. So the last tip I want to share with you is actually about close range stuns and nades. So I'm sure with Semtex, as you guys obviously know, if you want to kill someone close, you throw the Semtex at the floor, and that way it sticks nice and close to you. But what a lot of people don't realize or don't utilize is that actually the same works for stuns. If you throw the stun at the ground, it flashes a lot closer than it would if you were to sort of aim it in the air and throw it long range. So definitely utilize throwing stuns at the floor for them to land and stun a little bit closer. So say for instance there's someone around the corner, being able to do that close stun and have the stun sort of explode around here is a lot better than maybe doing a far stun and then it bouncing off that wall and end up flashing around there. So yeah, definitely utilize throwing stuns at the floor for nice close range utility. But that is about it for today's video. Hopefully you guys have found these tips helpful. If any of them were new or helpful, be sure to drop a like. It's really appreciated, and the channel growth is amazing. So I just want to say, as I always do, thanks a lot. But with that being said, hopefully you guys have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.